All right, Alex. Well, here's a question. Would you pay to get the news of the day? Well, a little over half of Americans sure will. Plus, the latest on the healthcare debate on Capitol Hill. And to top it all off, Comey confesses and Hillary hints. Your top 4 and 4 countdown starts right now. Here it is, headline number 4. FBI Director James Comey says that revealing the reopening of the Hillary Clinton email probe just before Election Day came down to a painful, complicated choice between really bad and catastrophic options. He told a Senate panel Wednesday he felt mildly nauseous to think he might have tipped the election outcome, but in hindsight would change nothing. During the lengthy hearing, Democratic senators grilled him on the seeming inconsistency between the Clinton disclosure 11 days before the election and his silence about the Bureau's investigation into possible contacts between Russia and Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Comey's testimony comes after Hillary Clinton recently opened up during an interview about why she felt she lost the election. Well, here's headline number 3. The U.S. opioid crisis is forcing hospitals to begin rolling out non-addictive alternatives to treatments for pain or of trauma and surgery. There are no one-size-fits-all replacements, but some hospitals seek to make opioids more of a last resort so they don't save patients' lives or limbs, only to have them fall under the grip of addiction. Options range from mixing medications that attack pain in different ways to procedures that bathe certain nerves in a numbing drug. According to the Centers for Disease Control, deaths from prescription opioids, drugs like oxycodone, hydrocodone, and methadone have more than quadrupled since 1999. 91 Americans die every day from an opioid overdose. We know now that overdoses from prescription opioids are a driving factor in the 15-year increase in opioid overdose deaths. Headline number 2, House Republicans are claiming a triumph by finally approving their centerpiece bill, scuttling much of President Barack Obama's health care law. But its pathway through the Senate will be at least as bumpy, and there's little doubt the measure will change, assuming it survives. The House approved the bill Thursday by a vote of 217-213. There were 20 GOP defections. Senators are already talking about preventing some of the House bill's Medicaid cuts. Some don't like its easing of Obama coverage requirements on insurers, and others think its tax credits must be redirected toward lower-income people. At the same time, Congress is ready to give final approval to a bipartisan $1 trillion measure financing federal agencies through September. Well, here it is, headline number 1. The headline is probably the best bit of news I can share today. Everyone knows, or should know, that being a journalist just isn't easy. Nowadays, in the age of fake news, the public not sure who they should trust, it can be a tough job being on the other side of the lens here. Well, our battered news agency can find hope in a survey that gauges public willingness to pay for journalism. A new study reveals that a little more than half of Americans regularly pay for news through subscriptions, buying apps, or donating to public media. And it's not just older folks. Nearly 4 in 10 Americans under the age of 35 also pay for news. That's according to the Media Insight Project, a collaboration between the American Press Institute and the Associated Press and ORC Center for Public Affairs Research. The study finds that a quarter of people who confess to getting news for free would be at least moderately likely to pay for the same information if forced to do so. Well, after reading this story, it feels good to know some people still believe in our art, our craft, and what we do. I can just feel a bright light over me now, almost as if Alex's lightsaber is still glowing. You know, you don't need a journalist to change a light bulb, right? We just report the facts. We don't change them. We'll be right back with more Sunrise after this break.